What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nate here from Out of the Basement, bringing you a brand new action figure review. Today, we are looking at the Star Wars The Black Series Target exclusive Deluxe Luke Skywalker, in parentheses, Jedi Master with the ahch-to island piece. Of course, this is one of 3 deluxe figures. There's also one of Rey and Kylo. I don't have either of those. This is the first one to add to my collection. I don't think I'll ever get the Rey one unless it drops in price, because $35 is just too much for that figure. Let's move on here, take a look at the box. We've got this nice, beautiful Luke Skywalker artwork on the front here. On the side, you've got nothing except for it says Luke there. There you go. On the back, you could take a look at the actual figure itself. Some nice product pictures there. And then there's his bio right there. You can go ahead and pause that and read it if you'd like. Not really a whole lot going on. Nothing on this side because it's an exclusive, no number. You take a look in the window package here. There is the figure itself, which looks pretty decent. And there's the base. And then here is the insert right here that shows you all of the details. And this figure looks much better than this figure, but you know, we'll just have to ignore that and just, you know, judge it how it is. It's got cloth goods, as you can see, die cast hand, the details on the base and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy open. As always, of course, before we take a look at the actual figure, we'll take a look at the accessories here. He only comes with 2 things, so this is a pretty bare bones release yet again for Luke Skywalker. Still no lightsaber in sight, but he does come with this die-cast hand right here, which is just some black metal there. It's got okay detail in there. You kind of lose a little bit of it when you compare it to the plastic hand he actually has on him. As you can see, there's quite a bit more detail in the plastic hand. Still a nice touch. The die cast, I mean, you know, I could live without it. It doesn't really add that much to the figure, in my opinion. And the base here looks pretty good. It's nice feature right here. You get a peg for Resistance Rey, and you get a peg for Luke, so you can at least recreate that scene. And I think that's pretty cool. I will definitely be doing that once I can get my hands on a Resistance outfit Rey, but taking a closer look at the base here, it actually looks pretty good. Definitely the product shots on the box make it look way better, but there's still a lot of nice detail in there. You can see lots of the green paint mixed with that brown, even like, you know, underneath here. Very rocky. The rocks also have some nice detail on there, some good texturing, but there's not a whole lot of paint on this thing, pretty much just the grass. The rest of this is just gray plastic, but it looks good on the bottom here. You know, not a whole lot going on there. I don't know, when I really think about, you know, when The Force Awakens came out and there was a Kylo Ren and Rey, the Starkiller base sets, those were only $25. And they were pretty much just as good as this, and this is $30. So I'm really not too thrilled at the quality of this product for the price you pay. Just seems like Hasbro is upping their prices as Star Wars gets more and more popular and more people get into collecting the collectibles. But this is the Deluxe cloak, which is the same exact cloak as the one we got the last time. This one, though, the hood looks like it's sewn a little bit smaller, so it might actually fit on his head better. As you can see, it's still got those same ugly insides and the stupid ropes that you're supposed to tie somewhere on the figure, but hopefully this one looks a little bit better when it's actually on the figure. Maybe it'll rest better than the other one. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual figure. And here is Luke out of the packaging. I had to lower my contrast on my camera so you could actually see him, just like in my other review. So of course, you know, white object against a white background, hard to see. Yeah, this is the Deluxe figure here right in front of us. And if you want to do a comparison here, the original release, which you can definitely see some improvement between the 2 figures, and certainly the cloth goods look much better than the plastic robe, in my opinion. And the detail on the face is a little bit sharper, not too much, and the hair overall is darker. We also have more detail on the belt, as you can see right there. It's got nice little texturing to it with the brown and silver paint there. The brown paint definitely seems more high quality. There's a lot better detail on there. Some black paint mixed in the figure as well, whereas this is just, you know, plain brown paint. So let's take a close look at Luke right here. This is the Deluxe Luke, which looks pretty good. I would hope he would have looked a little bit better. Still kind of looks like the Big Lebowski, in all honesty here. Still looks like Jeff Bridges, so customizers, you got an even better Jeff Bridges head to make a custom dude figure out of. But yeah, as for the paint, I honestly think that the original release has more detail in the paintwork than the actual Deluxe figure. I don't know, it's not really showing up on camera. His hair just kind of looks gray, but there's a lot of white paint on the original release, and this one is more of just a solid gray, except for in his beard there, you get little bits of white in the beard. The eyes definitely look much better. They're much more darker. His eyes on the original release were really light blue, which was a little strange, and he does have those dark circles under his eyes, which he kind of looks like in The Last Jedi. You know, Luke looks a little tired at the beginning and pretty much throughout the whole movie, so I think that was the effect they were going for, and I think it looks pretty good. Not a whole lot else new going on with this figure except for the soft plastic goods, which fit well underneath this little piece of plastic that keeps it strapped down, keeps it locked in and looking good. I think this really helped make this figure's cloth goods look exceptional. However, the price point of this figure is just keeping it from being truly awesome, and that's always something I gotta consider when I am reviewing a figure like this. Because it was $30, even though this was a gift to me. But so I didn't pay for it, or else I probably would have skipped out on it. And if you guys have seen this in the secondary market, it is extremely expensive as well right now. So I don't think he's worth the aftermarket price. I barely think he's worth the actual retail price. It is a cool figure and definitely worth getting over the standard release, I think. But that's only if you're really clamoring to get this look for Luke, which, as we found out in The Last Jedi, he barely looks like this, only on certain occasions. And yeah, you can definitely tell. Look how much better that the robe lays on his head. Still not the best, but when you compare it to this one, where it's, and it also folds better around his arms, as you can see there. So it's still not the best, and I'm sure if I played around with it a little bit, I'd get it to look even better, but you can see that it folds over his arms better and it folds over his head better, as opposed to this one, which just kind of lays there and he looks really bad. So that's nice. It's, so minor improvement there actually rests on him. You don't really have to use the stupid strings, which is great. There we go. Yes. See, now this, if I could get this to go down a little bit, get this little hood piece to go down, then we could be cooking with gas here, but yeah, just take some practice and much better cloak, much better cloak. Okay, so I'm honestly pretty happy about that because the other cloak was pretty bad. So let's take a quick look at the articulation. It's the same as the other figure, so I'm just gonna go pretty quickly. Arms go out that far, head goes up that far, head goes down that far, not too bad. Of course, you can swivel this around. There is a joint for the hand, and it swivels as well. You do have a little bit of ab crunch there. There you go, a lot of ab crunch. You could even see the gap right there. Of course, yeah, you do get some twist, but it does kind of mess up the soft goods, so you might want to be careful on that. Single jointed elbows that give us 90 degrees right there. Not too bad. Lightsaber hook for the missing lightsaber. Where is it, Hasbro? Where is it? If we look underneath the figure here, kicks out that far. The ankles do move out pretty far as well. Double jointed knees work beautifully, of course. He does have ankle pivot, and he does have some thigh rotation there. Of course, nice thigh cut. So yeah, just a brief overview of the articulation. We've seen it before, so not really a whole lot of new stuff to cover there. So, end of the review here. What do I think? I think this figure is good. If I had to throw a price on it, I'd say 25 bucks. If you could find it, I know Target does clearance sometimes, So maybe one day this will be on clearance when they're more plentiful and you can snag this at a discount. I don't really think it's worth the $30. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys thought of this figure in the comments down below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you hate the fact that he just looks like the Big Lebowski? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you're new, because we're always talking about action figures and movies and comic books and all sorts of nerdy good stuff that you love to hear about on the internet. Of course, I am Nate from Out of the Basement, and I will see you next time.